Vedanta tells us that Brahman, the supreme consciousness, which is you and I, is not the same as the God and yet not different. God cannot do without Brahman, but Brahman can very well do without God. Water and the waves and the ocean and the wave cannot do without water, but the water can very well be not the wave or the ocean. Very famous scientist, Wittgenstein, the best philosophical mind in the Western world of the 20th century, has produced. Walking out of his college, Cambridge, he was seeing a sun setting. He tells his student, why is it that the predecessors said that the sun rises and sets in the east and west? So the girl said, because sir, it looks so. Sun keeps on traveling up and down. So Wilkinson said, we all know that it is the earth rotating, sun appears to rise and set. That's the truth. Wilkinson said, what if the other side was the truth? That means sun was actually going around the earth and earth was stationary. How would it look? Exactly the same. What people thought sun was moving around, it looked sun is rising, setting. And if right now what the truth is, earth is rotating, sun is stationary, it still looks the same. It struck, this talk was heard by Swami Sarvapriyananda. It struck him and he's talking about it. It was so astounding. Look at it, apply it in yours and knowledge of Vedanta. What is happening in the Vedanta? You and I look at ourselves in this body, in this mind, and the various objects, and this universe, the mountain, the dolphin, the dogs, and the oceans and the desert. And we think this is real, and the planets and the universe. How would it look if it was not so, and it is only one consciousness which chose to exist as you and me and the ocean and the desert and the mountains and the dolphins and the dogs? Exactly the same. And this is what is exactly the discovery of the Mandukya Upanishad. And this is the word which Vivekananda used, called it open secret. It is not a secret, it is ignorance for those of us who are not aware. Vedanta is taking us across. There are Tridishya Viveka methods laid down for us. Aparokshanubhuti is telling us how to know, how to realize that I'm not this body and not this name and the form, and the Supreme Consciousness and I, we are only one. And look at this world. We say consciousness alone is real and oneness amongst all of us. You will say, how oneness? Look at me, I'm different looking than you are. I'm different, you are different. I'm a man, you're a woman. Or the child, or the animals, or the dogs, and the mountain. How can we all be one? How is it possible? This is exactly the message. It's well understood. If you look at it carefully, look at our dream. When we go on to the dream, we have a mind, we have a body, and we have a reality of the world. At that time in the dream, we are having experiences, we are having activities, we are doing everything in the dream. And when you wake up with your awakened mind, awakened state, you look at the dream sleep is what Mandukya Upanishad is explaining. You say, oh, that was only a dream. Just see. Same thing is the Vedanta is talking about, that unless you've woken up, you cannot say that the dream was not a reality, in the dream it was very much a reality to you. Vedanta is saying that this is also not true. It appears to be true. Just like the ancient masters who became Paramahansa, enlightened, Buddha, Jesus Christ, and Mahavir Jain, Guru Nanak, Guru Gobind, thousands of great masters in India and the world over. They're all saying that we all are one. Ocean, waves, the water, the dirty portal and the road, everything is one, is water, oneness. How is it you and I find it different, not one, and the great masters said one? How is it? And this is where exactly the Professor Wilkinson's example comes in. How does it look to you? The sun is rising, sun is setting. Whereas the earth is rotating, sun is stationary. It appears to be so. How would it look if the sun was actually moving around and earth was stationary? It would look exactly the same. It is what the great masters enlightened. They look at this world and they know the truth. So they smile. Like a wave has now realized that I am not just a wave with a little shape and a dimension, but I am the infinite, this huge ocean with 20,000 fathom depth of the ocean. But the moment wave becomes calm, it's not a wave anymore. It merges with the ocean. What happened then? You cannot say this was that wave, Robin Ghosh wave. No, the wave is from that end of the ocean to this end of the ocean and exists from top of the ocean to the bottom of the ocean. It is everywhere. And this is what is the consciousness of oneness Vedanta is telling. So God and Brahman, apparently same, not really. God cannot do without the power of the consciousness called Brahman. But Brahman can easily continue to stay as state of Nirguna Brahman. But God is Saguna Brahman with attributes. What is this with attributes? Attribute, if you look at a dictionary, it will say Mustafa attributes his success to hard work. Attributes his success to hard work. Attributes, Brahman is without any attribute, Nirgun. God is Swagun with attribute. What is God's attributes? Same as yours and my attribute. What do we have? Physical body, Thula Sharir. Sukshma body, called fine body. And Karana Sharir. This is causal body. Three things. God has physical body? Yes, it does. God's physical body is this galaxy, the universe, the water, the mountain, the sunshine, the chain, the animal, the plant, inanimate, animate, everything is God. That's the attribute of the God. And you and I have that Sukshma Sharir, that is Mano, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankar, the intellect, the ego, the memory, and the manas. These are the four things. What is God's? That fine body is the mind of the entire universe, of all of yours and mine. It is called Hiranyagarbha as per Vedanta. It has everybody's mind. Just imagine a giant computer tapping into everybody's mind. God's mind is like that. It's supremely powerful. Can help you, can do anything. You can pray and do that. But that God's mind is now. You and I also have that causal body. What is the causal body? When you go off from waking state to dream sleep to deep sleep state, in which there is no thought, no mind, no dream, nothing at all. Tiny seed form. Only when you wake up, your consciousness tells you, I had a wonderful sleep. God's Karana Sharir, causal body, is nothing else but Maya. So Maya with Brahman is God. God plus Maya is Brahman. Namaskar.